Yes. Hi dear students, let us continue the next problem on the clock. In a previous video, we have already know that how to find the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand. Already you know the data that is for hour hand. Suppose hour hand to complete one rotation or hour hand moves hour hand subtends an angle. How much angle it subtends in 12 hours? In 12 hours, it makes a 360 degree. And similarly, hour hand subtends an angle in 1 hour 360 divided by 12. That means 30 degree. Next, hour hand subtends an angle in 1 minute. What is the angle? That is 1 divided by 2. Similarly, minute hand subtends an angle in 1 hour is equal to 360 degree. And similarly, minute hand subtends an angle in 1 minute is equal to 360 divided by 60. It is 6 degree. Similarly, this is the 5 points we have to remember here. So, hour hand subtends an angle in 12 hours. To complete one rotation, hour hand takes the 12 hours. It is a 360 degree. And hour hand subtends an angle 30 degree in 1 hour. And hour hand subtends an angle half degree in 1 minute. Similarly, minute hand subtends an 360 degree in 1 hour. And minute hand subtends an 6 degree in 1 minute. So like that, here based on this result we have solved the few problems. Let's take one more problem that I just take as a 430. At the 430, what is the angle is subtending between hour hand and the minute hand? Angle between the hour and the minute hand. So I just take the rough diagram of the clock. 12, 6, 3 and here is 9. Time is 4:30. So here 3, 4, 5. 4:30 means where is exactly the minute hand? Minute hand is nothing but long hand, that is exactly at the 6. And where is the hour hand? Hour hand is in between the 5 and the 4. Hour hand is in between the 5 and 4. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand? This angle we are required to find. How to find this angle? So reference point is 12. First find the angle, that is minute hand makes an angle. Minute hand makes an angle. How much angle is makes minute hand? How many minutes it has moved? It has moved 30 minutes. So 30 minutes. In 1 minute, how much angle is making? In 1 minute, it makes a 6 degree. So that it is totally 180 degree. Next, come for the hour hand. Hour hand makes an angle. How much angle it makes? Hour hand moving 4 hour 30 minutes. First of all, 4 hour. 4 hour. For 1 hour, how much angle it makes? For 1 hour, hour hand makes a 30 degree. Plus. Next, for a minute, how much? For a 1 minute, hour hand makes a half degree. So half into how many minutes that it has moved? 30 minutes. So it is 120 plus 50. So we can write it as a 135. Now the required angle is equal to maximum angle minus minimum angle, that is 180 minus of 135. What is the 180 minus 135? It is 45 degree. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand at the time 4:30? That is required angle is 45 degree. So to find this angle between the minute hand and the hour hand, we know the one formula. What is the formula is made means here, let x denotes the hour hand. X denotes the number of hours, how many hours it has moved, and y denotes the how many minutes hand it has moved. Therefore, the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand is equal to, required angle is equal to 1 by 2 times of modulus of L1 by minus 60 into x. The required angle to find that or angle between the minute hand and the hour hand is given by 1 by 2 times of modulus of L1y minus 60 into x. So here this is the formula where x denotes the how many hours it has moved and y denotes the how many minutes it has moved. For example, here previously one problem we also solved. What is that problem? At the 4:30, what is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand? That is answer which is got as a 45 degree. Will you get the same answer or not? Check it. Is equal to 1 by 2 times of L1 into y. What is the y denotes? How many minutes it has moved? Minute it is moved 30 minutes minus 60 into x. What is the x denotes? How many hours it has moved? How many hours are there? 4 hours are there. Just simplify 1 by 2. So that means 330 minus 240. So what is 1 by 2? 330 minus 240 is 90. 90 divided by 2 is equal to 45 degree. Yes, observe that this value and this value we just got the same. So that is nothing but we can manipulate by this one using these standard value, or else if you remember this value, this formula, we can easily find the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand. Now let's take the one more problem. For example, suppose here it is less than 45, is that no problem. For example, suppose at the time to 45. Suppose at the time 245 is there. So required angle is equal. What is the required angle? Formula is here 1 by 2 times of modulus of L1 into y. What is the y denotes? Y denotes the minute. That is the 45 minutes minus 60 into x. What is the x denotes? Number of hours. How many hours it has moved? It has moved 2 hours is equal to 1 by 2 into L1 into 45. So L1 into 45. How much? L1 into 45. 450 plus 45. 495 minus 120. So 1 by 2 into 495 minus 120. 375 divided by 2. What is the 375 divided by 2? That means 1 by 2 into 375 is 187.5. So 375 divided by 2 is 187.5. Now here observe that this required angle is more than the 180. So in this case it is not a required angle. So we just rewrite this angle between that minute and the hour, and I just name this as the only angle. Now in this case I just find the required angle. Required angle means angle between the minute and the hour and is equal to, we just subtract from the 360. 360 minus of 187.5. What is the 360 minus of 187.5? This will become 173.5. 172.5 is the required angle between the minute and the hour and at the time 2:45. Now this is how we have to find the required angle or angle between the minute hand and the hour hand by using the formula 1 by 2 modulus, always positive quantity, L1y minus 60x. Suppose if you got bigger value, if you got the negative value, consider as a positive angle. So positive always modulus. That's why I just taken modulus. Modulus of value is the L1y minus 60x. Where x denotes the hours, how many hours, and y denotes the how many minutes. So this is how we have to solve the problems. You just remember this formula mentioned in a notes. Now let's go to the trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios or trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions or trigonometric ratios. So let's come in a school level. People already have taken that trigonometric ratios. Name is same, trigonometric functions or trigonometric ratios. The six ratios you have taken: sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, and the cotangent. You just say that sec, cosecant, the cot. So you people studied those six ratios on the right angle triangle. Obviously here also right angle, but little bit I just take in a more elaborately, that is, consider a unit circle. Consider a unit circle. Unit circle means the center. The radius of the circle is equal to the 1 unit. Unit circle is nothing but radius of the circle is equal to 1 unit. It might be a 1 millimeter or 1 centimeter or whatever, 1 meter, like that, unit circle. Apart from that, it having the center, the circle having the center is at the origin. Is at the origin is nothing but and the xy coordinate. Here the x and y axis are intersect. That point we will say that origin. The center of the circle is lies at the origin. Consider a unit circle. That means radius of the circle is equal to 1 unit. Having the center is at the origin. Now let P is the any point having the coordinate x, y. P is the point x, y with the any point of the circle. With the any point on the circle. P of x, y with the any point on the circle. That is nothing but I just consider this is the point P having the coordinate x, y is there. So any point, it might be present in the first, the second, third, or a fourth, whatever. Anyway, both are positive quantity. I just consider in a first part. Now join the OP. So what is the OP? OP is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle, radius is equal to 1 unit is that because we have considered a unit circle. Now joining the OP. Now draw PM is perpendicular to x axis. Draw PM is perpendicular to x axis. Now this OP makes an angle at the center of the circle is x radian. Here I just change a little bit, or else it is a theta radian. The center of the circle is making, I just take this as a x, y, and this point I just consider as a, b. Here I just little bit change. Let P having the coordinate a, b, any point on the circle. Let x radian be the angle at the center of the circle. That means OP and OX. OX, OP makes an angle x radian. If it is a x radian, what is the arc length? This I just name this point as A. What is the arc length? This arc length is a x unit. Why it is a x unit? Because of the definition of the radian. What is the definition of the radian? The point or initial ray and the terminal ray subtends an angle at the center is theta radian or x radian means the or 1 radian, then the arc length is equal to 1 centimeter or 1 unit. 1 unit of arc length is equal to 1 radian at the center of the circle. Like that. So OA. Then are you following? Consider a unit circle. That means radius of the circle is equal to 1 unit. And let P having the coordinate a, b with any point on the circle. How many points are there on the circle? There are infinite number of points are there on the circle. Out of that, one point I just consider a, b. Any point. Next, OP join. This OP makes an angle x radian at the center of the circle. Next, join or draw the PM. PM is perpendicular to the x axis. Now, arc length. What is the arc length PA? Arc length is equal to x unit because at the center x radian is there. Now, can people say that what is the coordinate of the point A? What is the coordinate of the point A? Coordinate of point A is nothing but a point is on the x axis. Point is on the x axis means only the x value. Y value is 0. What is the x value? How much it is? OA distance. OA is nothing but radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is equal to how much? 1 unit. Can I write it as 1, 0? Yes. A quadrant is 1 comma 0. Similarly, here is a one point, B point. Can you say the coordinate of B? The point B is on the y-axis. Y-axis means x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 1. That means OB. What is OB? OB is the radius of the circle. Next, I just consider this point as a C. Can you see the C coordinate? It is origin, negative side of the x-axis. OC is the radius of the circle. So minus 1 comma 0. And similarly D point is nothing but 0 comma minus 1. D point is on the y-axis. X coordinate is 0, y coordinate negative side is there. So that is a minus 1. Okay. Apart from this, now come back. Here we just get a right angle triangle. What is the right angle triangle? Right angle triangle is that. What is that right angle triangle? Right angle triangle OPM is that in this triangle. And apart from that, angle AOP. What is the angle AOP? Angle AOP is the x radian. In a right angle triangle OPM is a right angle triangle. Here we can define all the 6 ratios. What is the sine of x or sine of theta? Instead of taking the sine theta, I just take it as a x. Why? Because a central angle is a x, radian is the sine x. What is the definition of the sine x? Sine x definition is equal to how much? Opposite divided by hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. What is the opposite side of the angle? Opposite side of the angle. This is the side. Can you people say the PM? What is the length of the PM? Can I say that length of the PM is A unit? Length of the PM is not A unit. Length of the PM is B unit. And OM is A because point is that x comma y. This is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. X value is nothing but A value is that, y value is nothing but B is that. You can easily clear this point. OM is nothing but x because of point x comma y point. You just take that x comma y in such manner. This is the x unit, this is the y unit. Height is that. So this is A, this is height is B. Okay, next one. According to this, what we can write the sin x? Sin x is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side? Opposite side is B divided by hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is radius is equal to what? Is equal to how much? B is there. Similarly, cos ratio. What is the cos of x? Cos x is equal to. What is the definition of the cos x? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side of the right angle triangle? Adjacent side is OA, that is nothing but E. OM is nothing but E divided by hypotenuse is nothing but R. R value is 1 is equal to how much? Is equal to A units. Similarly, if you know the sine and cos, we can easily get the remaining all the 6 trigonometric ratios. Remaining all the 4 trigonometric ratios. What are those? That I just write it as a tan of x. What is the tan x? Tan x is nothing but opposite divided by adjacent, or else we can write it as a sin x divided by cos of x. Sin x by cos x is nothing but what? B divided by A. Similarly, cot of x. What is the cot of x? Cot of x is nothing but cos x divided by sin x. Cos x divided by sin x. In this case, what is the cot of x? Cot of x is cos x divided by sin x. Cos x value you know that. What is that? A divided by sin x value is what? B. This is the cot of x. Similarly, cosec of x. What is the cosec of x definition? Cosec of x. Cosec of x is equal to 1 divided by sin of x. What is the 1 divided by sin of x? 1 divided by sin x value already know that. That is the B. Similarly, sec x. What is the sec or secant x? Secant x is nothing but 1 divided by cos of x. Cos of x value you know that 1 A. So 1 divided by A. Instead of writing that this is the 1 by sine, also we can write it as a reciprocal. That is hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Similarly, the sec can be written as hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. In this manner also we can define. So instead of remembering this one, you just remember the sine and cos. If you remember these two trigonometric ratios, we can easily get the remaining of the four trigonometric ratios. Are you people clear about this trigonometric ratios? These are the only 6 trigonometric ratios. Now, next point is very clear, very important result. You just remember, and this will be helped in a further study of the trigonometry. So, in this chapter only, upcoming videos, you should have a basic idea of this one. So, daily you just maintain the notes regularly, because in our next videos, I just take the reference of this diagram. So, you should maintain the clear notes. Okay, now next point, in this right angle triangle only. In the right angle triangle, what is the right angle triangle? OPM or OMP. Okay. By the Pythagoras theorem. By the Pythagoras theorem. Now, what is the Pythagoras theorem? We can write this here. By the Pythagoras theorem, what we can write? By the Pythagoras theorem, adjacent square plus opposite square is equal to hypotenuse square. What is the OM? OM is nothing but A is the A square plus PM. What is the PM? PM is nothing but B square is equal to, what is the OP? OP is nothing but what? R is equal to 1 square. So that we just get A square plus B square is equal to 1 from this right angled triangle. So A square plus B square is equal to 1 is that. Here we have already know the A and B value in terms of trigonometric ratios. What are the A and B value? A value. What is the A value? A value is a cos x. Replace it. A value is a cos of x. This is the cos of x whole square. Similarly, what is the B value? B value is a sin x is the, so that sin of x whole square is equal to 1. That's it. So I just replaced the A and B value from this value. We got the A and B value as the definition of the trigonometric ratios from this right angled triangle. Now, what we can write these values? Cos of x whole square. This we can write as a cos square of x plus sin of x whole square can be written as sin square of x is equal to 1. This is said to be a trigonometric first identity. This is said to be a trigonometric first identity. What is the trigonometric first identity? Cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1, or else sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Whatever the manner you can write. And apart from that, here no, don't write that value as cos square x, cos square and x square. This is the symbol of cos of x whole square means this we have to write cos square of x. Are you clear? Don't write x square also. This is cos of x is the only one term, that is nothing but a whole square. We just used to write that a square in that manner. Okay. Now this is the trigonometric first identity. Now similarly just get the remaining value. What is the remaining value? Here, as we know that the tan is nothing but sin by cos, cot is nothing but cos by sin, cosec is nothing but 1 by sin, sec is nothing but 1 by cos. In the same manner, what I just do is I just dividing for this equation. This I just call it as a equation number 1. If I divide throughout by cos square of x, if I divide throughout by cos square of x, what happens? I'm just going to write directly cos square x plus sin square x divided by cos square x. For example, a square plus b square divided by a square is that a square plus b square divided by a square is that. Can I write this value as a square by a square plus b square by a square is equal to what? 1 is that 1 by a square. In this manner is equal to 1 by a square. Observe that a square plus b square both thing divided by a square. Can I write this value as in this manner? A square by a square plus b square by a square. So split it. If you want to get a previous result, take the LCM plus R. Once again, you will get the previous result in this manner. So dividing throughout by cos square x, what happens? Cos square x by cos square x, that will become 1. Sin square x divided by cos square x will get it. So this is better to write it. Cos square x divided by cos square of x plus sin square x divided by cos square of x is equal to 1 divided by cos square of x. Here cos square x get cancelled. What is left? 1 plus sin square x divided by cos square x. Now I just take the once again explanation here. Sin square x divided by cos square x is there. This you can write as sin of x divided by cos of x whole square loss of indices. A square, a power n divided by b power n is equal to a by b power n. Using that laws of indices, I just write it as a sin square x by cos square x as sin x by cos x whole square. What is the sin x by cos x? What is the sin x by cos x? Sin x by cos x is tan x. Tan x whole square, that means you can write it as a tan square of x is equal to tan square of x. Similarly, what we can write the 1 by cos x whole square. 1 by cos x is nothing but what? 1 by cos x is nothing but sec x whole square is that. So this we can write as a secant square of x. So this is said to be that second identity of second trigonometric identity. First trigonometric identity is cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1 or sin square x plus cos square is equal to 1. Second one is 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. Next again similarly dividing throughout by sin square x. Dividing throughout by sin square x as like the previous result. For this equation number 1, dividing throughout by sin square x, what will get? Cos square x divided by sin square x. So cos square x divided by sin square x. Cos x divided by sin x whole square. What is the cos x divided by sin x? Cos x divided by sin x is a cot of x. So that we can write it as a cot square of x plus sin square x divided by sin square x is 1 is equal to 1 divided by sin square x. What is the 1 divided by sin square x? 1 divided by sin x is cosec x. So 1 divided by sin square x can be written as 1 by sin x whole square. 1 by sin x is nothing but cosec x whole square. This we can write it as a cosecant square of x. This is said to be the third trigonometric identity. Here we have three trigonometric identity. What are those? First one is sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Second one, 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. Third one, 1 plus cos square x is equal to cosecant square of x. You must remember these three equations. So just make a formula list. Take one blank sheet, quality paper or a A4 Xerox paper. You just write all the formulas of the trigonometric functions. Just first you just write these values, trigonometric identities. What are the trigonometric identities? Three identities. First one, sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. Third one, 1 plus cos square x is equal to cosecant square of x. Yes. Now let's take these six trigonometric ratios apart from the different angles. What are the particular values of these six trigonometric ratios at the different angles? First of all, I just take, suppose the point P, A comma B is at A. Suppose the point P is lies at the A. That means, suppose this P is lies at here. Suppose it is here. What is the angle between the OA and OP? OP is here. This OP line is lies at the OA only. Is there any angle between the OA and OP? There is no angle. That means x radian is that. That x radian is equal to how much? That angle is 0 radian or 0 degree. So I am just talking in terms of radian. Okay, it is a 0. If it is a 0, what is the values of all the six trigonometric ratios? To find all the six trigonometric ratios, it is only sufficient to find that sine and the cos. If you got the sine value and the cos value, you can easily get the remaining 4 values, because I just defined remaining 4 values in terms of sine cos only. So that reason, first try to get the sine and cos value at the point or angle is 0. What is the sine 0? What is the sine 0. Sin 0 is equal to how much? Sin 0 is or sin x is equal to how much? B is that. What is the B value? B value is nothing but this point P is lies at here. This is the A comma B value. P point is lies at here. So A value is 1, B value is 0. Sin x definition is what? B is that. Then from here, what is the B value? B value is 0. That means sin 0 is 0. Are you clear? So P point is lies at A. Then A value is 1, B value is 0. Sin x is nothing but B. X value is angle, x radian. This is the 0. And what is the B value? B value is 0. So that we can write it as sin 0 is 0. Similarly, come for the cos. Cos of 0. What is the cos of 0? Cos of x is equal to how much? A is that. X is nothing but central angle. What is the central angle? 0. Then what is the A value? P point is lies at here. A value is how much? 1. Therefore, cos of 0 is 1. Sin 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. If we got these two values, we can easily find the remaining these four trigonometric ratios value. What is the tan of 0? Tan 0 is nothing but what? B by E. B by E is nothing but 0 divided by 1. What is it? 0 divided by 1 is 0. Tan 0 is 0. Next, cot of 0. What is the cot of 0? A by B. Cot of 0 is nothing but A by B. A value is 1. B value is 0. What is the 1 divided by 0? 1 divided by 0 is not defined or infinity. So this is, remember, any number divided by 0 is not defined. Any number divided by 0 is not defined. 0 divided by any number is 0. 0 by any number is 0. Any number by 0 is not defined. Like that, tan 0 is how much? 0. B by 0 by. Cot 0 is not defined. Next, cosec of x. Cosec of 0. What is the cosec of 0? 1 by b is that. 1 by 0. What is the 1 by 0? Not defined. So cosec 0 is not defined. Similarly, sec 0. What is the sec 0? Sec of x is equal to 1 by 8. Sec of 0 is equal to 1 by 8. 1 by 1. What is the 1 by 1? 1. So this is how we can easily get the value. Now, so we just taken, suppose x central angle is a 0. Similarly, suppose x second case. This is the first case, second case. Suppose the P point is at B. P point is at the B. This P point lies at the B. Now, what is the central angle? This P point lies at B means what is the central angle? Central angle is equal to 90 degree. Here I am just talking about the radian region. So pi by 2 or 90. Pi by 2 or 90. In that case, what is the sine of 90? Sine of pi by 2. Sine of 90 degree or sine of pi by 2. Whatever, radian or degree. If you are 90 degree means I just add the degree measure. Sine of 90 degree. What is the sine of 90 degree? Again the same thing. Sine definition is what? B. The P point is lies at B. That means A value is 0, B value is 1. Sine of 90 is equal to how much? 1. Sine 90 is equal to 1. Similarly, cos of 90. What is the cos of 90 degree? Cos of 90 degree is nothing but, or cos of x is A. Cos of 90 degree, A value is how much? 0. It is a 0. Like that. So we can easily get the remaining 4 ratios. Similarly, suppose this P point is lies at the C. P point is lies at the C. P is at C point. So P is lies at the C point is minus 1 comma 0. A value is minus 1. B value is 0. How much angle is subtending at the center? It is a 180 degree. So sine of 180 degree is equal to how much? It is equal to the B. What is the B value? B value is 0. Sine of 180 is 0. Next, cos of 180. What is the cos of 180? cos of x is equal to a. X is nothing but here. It is a in place of a. What is the value? Minus 1 is that. So cos of 180 is minus 1. Like that. We can extend it. Suppose P lies at the D, A comma B. Then sine of what is the total angle? This total angle is a 270 degree or 3 pi by 2 in terms of radian. What is the sine of 270? 270 is nothing but P point is lies at the D. B value is minus 1. So sine of 270 is equal to minus 1. Similarly, cos of 270, x is equal to a is that. So what is the cos of 270? Cos of 270 is 0. Like that, we can find the any angle. So we just mentioned these are values. So with the help of sine and cos, we can easily get the remaining all the ratios. Now I am just going to write the standard values and corresponding 6 trigonometric ratios values. Yes, standard values. What is the standard values? 0 for the 0, pi by 6. Pi by 6 is nothing but 30 degree. Similarly, pi by 4. Pi by 4 is nothing but 45 degree. And pi by 3. Pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degree. And write the heading standard values. 0, pi by 6 30 degree, pi by 4 is 45 degree, pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degree, pi by 2 is nothing but 90 degree, and pi is nothing but 180 degree. 3 pi by 2 is nothing but 270 degree, and 2 pi is nothing but 360 degree. Already just given a sine 0, cos 0, sine of 90, cos of 90, sine of 180, cos of 180. Sine of 270, cos of 270. With the help of that one, we can easily find. First of all, I am just going to write the sine ratios. What is the sine of all these angles? What is the sine 0? Sine 0 is 0. Are you clear? Next, sine of pi by 6. Sine pi by 6 is going to write as a 1 by 2. Sine of 45, 1 divided by root 2. Sine of 60 is root 3 divided by 2. Sine of 90 is 1. If you know these values, we can easily get the remaining value. So already just written sine 90 is 1. What is the sine of 180? It is 0. Sine of 270 is minus 1. Sine of 360 is again it is a 0. One complete rotation. Now similar like the cos values. Okay. So what is the cos of 0? Cos 0 is 1. How to get this one? If you remember these values. For example, if you remember these all values, just write in a reverse order. Just write in a reverse order. 1 for the 0. And reverse just write the root 3 by 2. And 1 by root 2 as it is 1 by root 2. Here it is 1 by 2. And here it is a 0. Are you clear? So 1 is comes here. Here is that. And root 3 by 2 comes here. Root 3 by 2. And 1 by root 2 as it is 1 by root 2. And 1 by 2 comes here. And 0 comes here. Okay. In that manner, you just remember. Now, remaining values we can easily get. How to get? So already just written a cos of 180. Cos of 180 is nothing but so in a unit circle, it is taken. This was a unit circle. The P point. This point is a minus 1 comma 0. This is the minus 1 comma 0. P point is lies at here. What is the P point? A comma B. Then cos of x. What is the cos of x? 180 degree. Cos of x is equal to how much? Cos x is equal to a. A value is how much? It is a minus 1. Like cos of 270 is 0 and cos of 360 is again a 1. Now After writing the cos and sin values, we can easily get the remaining all the 6 trigonometric ratios. What is the next one? Next one is going to write as a tan. Tan of 0. What is the tan definition? Tan theta is equal to, or tan of x is equal to how much? Sin x divided by cos of x. While memorizing this table or remembering this table, just remember sin cos value for all these angles. If you remember these angles, you can easily get the remaining 4. How? Tan is nothing but sin by cos. 0 divided by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, that will get a 1 divided by root 3. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 is 1. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is root 3. 1 divided by 0 is nothing but not defined. So 0, 1 divided by 0 is not defined. Similarly, 0 divided by minus 1. So it will become a 0. It is a 0. Minus 1 by 0 is a negative infinity. And it is 0 by 1 is 0. Next, similarly write the cot function. Cot is nothing but cos by sin. Cot of x is nothing but cos x divided by sin x. Or else we can write it as a 1 divided by tan x. Either you can write the cos x divided by sin x, or else you can write the 1 by tan x. What I am just going to write means cot of x. We can write it as a 1 by tan x. 1 by 0 is not defined. 1 by root 3 is root 3. The reciprocal of these values. 1 by 1. So this is 1 by root 3. This is becomes a 0. This is infinity. This is 0, and this will be the infinity. Okay. Next, sec. Sec is nothing but reciprocal of cos. Reciprocal of cos. Cos sec x is equal to 1 by cos x. So reciprocal of cos. 1 by 1 is 1. So this is the 2 divided by root 3. This will be root 2. This is 2. So reciprocal 1 by 0 is not defined. Minus 1 by 1. And 1 by 0 is not defined. 1 by 1 is 1. Similarly, cosecant of x. What is the cosec x? Cosec x is equal to reciprocal of sin. 1 by 0 is not defined. This is the 2. This is root 2. This is 2 divided by root 3. 1 by 1 is 1. And 1 by 0 is not defined. Minus 1 by 1 is minus 1. This is the 1 by 0 is not defined. So this is the table you must remember. So how do you remember? So if you remember sin and cos, you can easily get this value. By the next class, you better to remember this table. If you remember this table, the upcoming trigonometric classes we can easily understand. Very important. So with this table, I just stop here. So by the next video, this is remember this table as well as the trigonometric first 3 identities. Sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosecant square of x. Okay. We'll continue in the next video. Thank you.